This is IUPTV News, broadcast from Davis Hall. We will bring you our weekly news bulletin. I'm Jake Taylor.
And I am Katie Jo Campbell. Today we will bring you stories related to IUP in the Indiana community. We will begin with local news. The Indiana Lions Club presented a Brady Buggy Wagon to the Indiana Regional Medical Center. The wagon was named after a boy called Brady who lost his battle with cancer in 2010 after his second birthday. The wagon is intended for pediatric patients. The Brady Buggy Wagon is built to allow children more freedom by safely transporting a child and IV pole as one unit throughout the hospital. To date, the Hugs for Brady Foundation has placed Brady Buggy Wagons in more than 150 hospitals.
Former Spanish professor Dr. Peter Broad has announced for re-election to the Indiana Borough Council for the 1st Ward in the May primary, running as a Democrat. Broad has represented the 1st Ward on the council since 2012. Professor Broad has served as council president since 2016 and represents the borough on a number of community projects. Besides Professor Broad, Professor Mike Korn of Employment and Labor Relations also announced that he was running for Allegheny Township Supervisor.
IUP staff, faculty, and students helped local 4th and 5th graders celebrate literacy at the annual Read Across America event at Eisenhower Elementary School on March 1st. Every year, the PTA sponsors a book swap and a guest reader program where community members talk with students about the value of books in their lives and read from their favorite books. This year, students and professors as well as staff participated in this fun activity.
Another fun activity took place in the Indiana Mall for Indiana residents. Last Saturday, the mall held the Family Fun Fest with demonstrations and fun activities for families. Some of the organizations who came include the Carnegie Science Center, who demonstrated how to have fun with science, as well as Sue Hewitt Dance Studio, the Weather Discovery Center, and ATA Martial Arts.
Paid family leave for illness and family caregivers has substantial bipartisan support. The decision has become a top legislative priority. This year, about 24 states are expected to consider proposals that offer paid leave for workers who are ill or taking care of new or elderly family members. Several states, such as Minnesota, Colorado, and Maine, are expected to consider proposals, but there are disagreement over how to structure the pay for it. So far, 6 states have passed family leave laws, including California, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Washington, Massachusetts, and the District of Columbia.
A new study found no evidence of any link between autism and vaccine. Based on a study involving more than 650,000 children in Denmark who were born between 1999 and 2010, researchers found that MMR vaccination, or vaccine that protects against measles, mumps, and rubella, does not increase the risk of autism. Denmark has been a leading country interested in the issue. Researchers hope that the result of the study can create an awareness upon different claims, especially spread through social media, politicians, or celebrities, and the importance of vaccination.
New Zealand might be the only country with the highest currency starting March 13th. The Swiss National Bank will introduce its 1,000 franc note, or equal with $1,000. The 1,000 franc note is a long-standing tradition in cash-friendly Switzerland. Previously, the European Central Bank, the ECB, introduced 500 euro note, which is equal with $567. However, they stopped producing it because of concern over money laundering.
March 8th marks International Women's Day. Our reporter, Katie Jo Campbell, takes us to awareness related to gender balance at the workplace.
As the spring semester draws close to midterms, graduating seniors are looking for jobs to kickstart their careers. Among this search, there are many factors that will be considered. However, one of them may be subconscious, and that is a consideration of gender proportion in that field. This week, March 8th, marks the 103rd year celebrating International Women's Day. This day is to bring awareness of different issues regarding women. This year, the focus is #BalanceForBetter, emphasizing the importance of a gender-balanced world. One example of unbalance is a career in speech-language pathology, which is dominated by females. In fact, men made up only 4.7% of the field as of 2017, and the number is decreasing. We asked one of our male language pathology students here at IUP what his thoughts are on why gender balance is important in his field.
I think it's good to have male representation in the field of speech pathology and kind of anything with the special education sort of field. There's a lot of men and young boys who kind of need maybe a figure to look up to, or a kind of someone to talk to and make it easier. And for little kids who might be having trouble, it can be a lot easier to talk to a guy than maybe a woman or like a younger girl. So kind of the same as nursing, having both is good for just helping people in general.
At IUP, gender balance is important. According to collegefactual.com, a reliable website for national universities, IUP's faculty is relatively equal in gender balance, showing students that balance is indeed better. The idea of balance for better is to encourage diversity in minds and to bring encouragement to others who are looking into careers, such as the seniors here at IUP. As far as the general workforce in the U.S., women may make up half of the workers. However, in 2017, women held only a quarter of senior positions, and that percentage slightly dropped in 2018.
You have every right to be at the table. You do not have to apologize for your point of view by saying, oh, I was just thinking, now it's probably wrong. I know this is probably dumb. Don't do that. Your opinion is just as valid as anyone else's opinion, and do not subjugate yourself with that female language.
Michelle Freiling is the Executive Director of Media Relations with IUP's Communications Department. I had the chance to ask her, as a woman in a senior role, what sort of advice she would give to women who hope to be in a leadership role someday.
Go to meetings, watch how other successful women and men conduct themselves, and conduct yourself accordingly. That's the greatest tip that I can give you. I wish you all the luck in the world, and I think that finally things are changing. But one of the other things that we have to do is, if you're a woman in leadership, once you become that person, that leadership role, mentor other women. Be strong in your convictions that you are who you are, and you're bringing great strengths to the table, and you're going to make it.
This year, the focus of Balance for Better will be celebrated on March 8th and will be celebrated across the whole globe in different ways. Let us at IUPTV know how you celebrated International Women's Day this year by contacting us on our social media, IUPTV_news. This is Katie Jo Campbell with IUPTV News.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Hi.
Hey! Matt Ships here with something special just for you. Press Start! Press Start is the most prestigious, hilarious, and entertaining TV show ever seen on air. You want to watch? Here's what you do. Grab a TV, grab a remote, and turn it to... And there you have it. Delicious gaming and nerdy content right there in front of you. Bring the wife, bring the kids, bring your friends, bring your dog, your dad, your mom. Sit them all down and watch Press Start.
I don't mind Press Start, but I really prefer what a...
Yeah, I guess it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Press Start's pretty cool.
Okay, just say your line. Hey, come on, we talked about this. No, don't eat it. Stop it. Just eat the apple and drink some water if you need to. And just please say the line. Seriously? Quit. No. No. Don't eat it. No. We'll need to pump your stomach again, and we can't afford that because we've already done it 5 times in one. No, Patricia, no! God, someone call an ambulance. Please, just say the line. Just once. Please. Oh, thank God. No, will you? God. I quit.
After many years, finally the Pen moved its operations fully online. Our reporter Mike Costa visited and talked to some of the student writers for the Pen. Here is his story.
Jake Taylor is a communications media student who has a passion for creating and writing sports content here at IUP. Jake frequently writes for the IUP newspaper, The Pen, and saw an opportunity recently with the advantage of understanding where people want their content from. Jake and The Pen together led to the move of going online since January 2018. the Pen is operated 100% online, and here's what Editor-in-Chief Seth Woolcock had to say about the move and the results.
Yeah, so the Pen going in an all-digital platform in 2018 was definitely a big step. It was a decision done based on financial needs and also for impact as well. I feel like nowadays kids aren't really, picking up a newspaper in a news rack, but, they're on their phones, they're on their tablets, they're on their laptops. So that's where we're going to try to reach them. It's definitely benefited us in so many ways. I mean, now I feel like, people really know who the Pen is, and we're trying not to just be, your grandfather's newspaper. We're trying to be a media corporation in the 21st century here at IUP.
Currently, the Pen employs about 20 students who are a combination of journalism and communications that help publish 2 issues every week on Tuesday and Thursday. Elliot Hicks is one of the editors who had this to say.
So to go off that opportunity, how has the transition been going from the print newspaper to moving everything online, like to digital form?
I think the transition's generally been positive. Our editor-in-chief Seth Woolcock has said the analytics look good, that we've got more views on our website, and it's pretty easy for the section editors as well, because it's generally the same process to put together the issue as it was when we were in print. It's just it doesn't go to a printing press; it goes just to a digital issue.
Yeah, sweet.
Kyle Scott, another student, saw the opportunity in not only the move, but to expand the content itself in the form of podcasting.
So Kyle, what kind of content do you have for the Pen, like in regard to podcasting?
Well, we have 4 podcasts. We have the Pencast with Seth and Kyle. That has me and Editor-in-Chief Seth Woolcock. We talk about the news, culture, and sports. We have a Spotify playlist and an interview with someone in Indiana.
Cool.
Then we have Chicks Chatting At, which is just 4 girls that go to IUP talking about their week. It's fun, it's light, a lot of people like it. We have Culture Cast, which I'm sure you know.
I'm a part of, that's right.
Yeah, bunch of guys being dudes.
That's right. So what about with traffic for the website? Do you think it helps with traffic and bringing in more people, like a larger audience?
Well, the podcasts were definitely a part of that, not solely just from the podcasts, making the newspaper better from the beginning of the year. Like the amount we've grown from the paper just being better. We got a newsletter now, been advertising, getting our name out. And the podcasts have all really helped expand the brand of the Pen.
Sweet.
Reporting for IUPTV News, this is Michael Costa.
Very interesting story about the Pen there, Mike. Were you a part of the Pen as well?
I was. I did everything that revolves around sports, like game recaps and interviews with players and stuff like that. It's a really great experience and great opportunity.
Yeah, I know Mike and we've been really on it with the sports reporting for the Pen, and it's been a crazy season for IUP basketball.
That's right. And I'll get into details of that right after this.
The Communications, Media, and Instructional Technology PhD program gave my life direction. This program was perfect for me with a combination of research and media production. Hands-on courses gave me skills that I now pass on to my students. I use all 3 areas of the program, production, theory, and research, every day in my job as a college professor.
Learn how the CMIT PhD program can change your life. Visit iup.edu/CMIT.
After each clinching a first-round bye, both the women's and the men's basketball teams will host their quarterfinal game here. Both games will be held at the KCAC on Wednesday, March 6th in this year's Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Championships. The women will play the Seton Hill Griffins to open up the night at 5:30 p.m. IUP fans remember that Seton Hill won the most recent matchup between the two in the final game of the regular season, 59-71. Senior guard Lauren Wallasick finished the game with one of the more impressive stat lines with 17 points, 4 steals, and 3 assists. While some of IUP's fouls were a result of trying to keep them in the game, the Griffins capitalized on it with 15 points from free throws. The largest lead for the Hawks was just 3 points. However, this didn't reflect the poor performance on IUP's side of a strong game for Seton Hill. Even though they shot just 40.7% from the field, the Griffins made 10 three-pointers that gave them a comfortable cushion throughout the game. IUP's Brittany Robinson finished with 9 rebounds. However, the team as a whole had 30 rebounds to Seton Hill's 42. Although the Griffins took the last game from IUP, the Hawks will look to end the Griffins' chances at a title run using this last matchup as motivation.
for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
The men will host Pitt Johnstown following the women tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The Hawks are coming off a 72-59 win against Seton Hill's Griffins last Saturday, where both Dante Lombardi and Jacobo Diaz had 20-plus point performances. Similarly, in the last meeting between the Hawks and the Mountain Cats, February 13th, Diaz and Lombardi finished with the same result, scoring 23 and 22 points each. A second-half surge of 42 points to the Mountain Cats' 31 helped the Hawks close the game comfortably and giving Pitt Johnstown its first home loss of the season at the time. The men's team had a substantial lead with help from other players on the team, such as redshirt freshman Armani Foster and junior guard Malik Miller, who scored 14 and 12 points respectively. As a team, the Hawks proved dominant as well, forcing 23 turnovers and 17 steals that night. If the Hawks can carry a similar performance against the Mountain Cats tomorrow night, their chances of moving into the semifinal look imminent.
Here's a story of a lovely lady who was producing for 3 very lovely girls. All of them had jokes they told, all together, the oldest one in curls. It's the story of a man named Kane who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men working all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew there was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Witty Bunch. The Witty Bunch. The Witty Bunch. That's the way we became the Witty Bunch.
I think the true MVP of this team has been Kayshawn Carter. He is second in kick return average. He already had a touchdown this season, and he's really been the unsung hero for this team. He puts the offense in a great position. He gets them to just about the 40-yard line every single kickoff return.
You know, it takes a lot for me to do this as a Michigan fan, but unfortunately I'm going to have to say that I'm probably going to put Ohio State at the top of the Big Ten. Second to them, I'm probably going to put Penn State. They've been able to find their groove without Saquon.
Throwing Gritty, that dude. Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that guy. So to paint a picture for everybody, Gritty is their new mascot. Looks absolutely atrocious. And rather than putting a graphic
That's an understatement.
Oh, my God. He looks like the animal from the Muppets.
I think they do have a chance of contention if they beat Georgia. Because when you look at the rest of their schedule, very easy. Not a single top 25 team on there the rest of the way.
My answer would have to be a pro deck hockey player because those guys are real sick.
This is IUPTV News. One organization that has attracted many male students in campus are fraternities. With media reports and negative spotlights on other chapters in different organizations around the U.S., a few members in IUP wanted to share what the organization means to them. Jordan McIver has his story.
Here we have different students from the Multicultural Geek Council or also MGC who are just regular students that you see every day passing by who are collective and helpful in the community, who are helping to be more diverse and basically just help people be more aware of what is around and available on campus. MGC does a lot of different things here on IUP's campus. We do a lot of things from community service to studying together for academic excellence to competitive strolling. For some people that don't know what strolling is basically just stepping but incorporating dance.
So I joined spring 2016, and I was a freshman, so like I didn't know much about sorority life, and it took me a long time to understand what it was about. So once I joined, like, of course, like, I was enjoying the perks of it, but I was also learning like the business aspect, and that's like the most important part.
This what he taught me. It's called these cells called diatoms, and without that, oxygen can't even come alive. Like that's what pretty much opens up into oxygen. That's how I learned. So
you've been like educational.
I do. I'm a sapiosexual guy. That means like attracted to knowledge and stuff. Anyhow, it's on Netflix. That's another word. Oh yeah, they just learned that from me.
If you're interested in paintings, you still have time to see the Hard-Hatted Women exhibition at the University Museum. The exhibit will be available until March 9th.
We will have spring break next week, so we won't have any news program. However, please check out our activities on our Instagram at IUPTV_news.
On behalf of the news team, we hope you have a wonderful break.
Please stay tuned, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.